I've stayed at this hotel before, but coming back a few years later, something fell off. The room was actually clean and comfortable, breakfast was good, and the location was practical. But once I saw the pool, the gym, the hallways, and how part of the stay was handled, this review started going in a very different direction. Hey everyone, welcome back to This Teen Travelz. I'm Mateo. And on this channel, I review hotels from a teen's perspective, covering things that actually matter, like Wi-Fi speeds, gaming setups, pool vibes, and overall room comfort. So if you're trying to decide where to stay, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. Today I'm reviewing the Residence Inn by Marriott Whitby, an extended stay hotel in Whitby, Ontario, with suite-style rooms, free breakfast, an indoor pool, a hot tub, free parking, and a location near Highway 401. This Residence Inn Whitby review is a little different, because I've actually stayed at this hotel several times before. My last stay here was around 3 years ago, so this was my first time coming back in a while and reviewing it properly for This Teen Travelz. And because this is a Residence Inn, there are some things you expect right away. You expect a practical room, you expect a kitchen setup, you expect breakfast to be included, you expect the hotel to work well for families, sports travelers, longer stays, or anyone looking for a convenient hotel in Whitby, Ontario. Some of that did happen, but other parts of the stay were not what I expected. This is also another stop in my Hometown Ontario series, where I'm exploring hotels across Ontario to see which ones are actually worth staying at. We parked in front of the hotel, and parking was free and easy. The hotel was also easy to find. Location-wise, this Marriott hotel in Whitby is definitely practical. It's close to Highway 401, so if you're using it as a Durham region hotel for a quick stopover, a family visit, a sports weekend, or a stay near Whitby, the location makes sense. When we walked inside, the reception desk was right near the front of the hotel. A lot of the hotel amenities are also close to the front. There's a hallway that takes you toward the gym and pool area. And on the opposite side of the reception desk, there's the seating area, business center, and breakfast area. Behind the reception desk, there's also the hotel market. There were plenty of luggage carts, which is always useful, especially at an extended stay hotel. But they weren't right at the front entrance. You had to walk past the reception desk toward the elevators to find them. Check-in itself was quick, but this is where the first issue happened. My dad has a feather-free room request on his Marriott account, and this hotel has accommodated that request in the past. But when he asked if our room was feather-free, the person at the front desk couldn't answer the question, and didn't send anyone up to check the room. Instead, they asked us to check it ourselves. That wasn't a great first impression. And when we got to the room, it was not feather-free. We had to call down and wait for it to be fixed. Staff did eventually come up and correct it, but we waited about 45 minutes before we had to leave because we wanted to film the area and catch our movie. There was no apology or explanation. I understand mistakes happen. This request does get missed from time to time at hotels, but other hotels have handled it better by sending someone up right away to check the room and sort it out. The other big first impression issue was the hallways and elevators. The hallways and elevators were not up to the standard I expected. There was litter on the floor and in the corners of the elevators, and it was noticeable. I stay at a lot of hotels, so for me, to notice it that much, it stood out for the wrong reason. I saw plenty of staff around the hotel, but I didn't see anyone cleaning the hallways or elevators while we were there. So right away, this hotel had some useful things going for it. Free parking, a practical location, and a quick check-in. But the service miss, and cleanliness in the common areas made the first impression feel pretty underwhelming. For our room, my dad originally booked a studio 1-queen sofa bed, but we got upgraded to a 1-bedroom suite with 1 queen and a sofa bed on the 4th floor. And to be fair, the room itself was one of the better parts of the stay. When you enter the room, the living area is straight ahead. There was a sofa bed, a nice-sized desk area, and a large TV. To the left, there was a high-top table with 2 chairs and the kitchenette. The kitchen area had a full-size fridge, microwave, stovetop, and dishwasher. Honestly, the kitchen area still looked almost brand new. Since this is an extended stay hotel in Whitby, the room setup matters a lot. Residence Inn rooms are supposed to feel more spacious and practical than a standard hotel room, especially if you're staying with family, traveling for sports, or need the kitchen set up for a longer stay. This room definitely had that practical layout. The living room connected to the bedroom, which had a queen-size bed, a dresser, and another TV. The bedroom then connected to the bathroom area. The bathroom had two separate sections, with the toilet and stand-up shower separated by a door from the vanity area. I actually like this setup because it makes it easier for more than one person to get ready at the same time. The bathroom was clean, but we didn't end up using the shower because we left early the next morning. As for sleep, the room was quiet. My dad said the bed was comfortable, and I was too lazy to pull out the sofa bed, so I just slept on the couch. And honestly, sometimes the couch is more comfortable than a sofa bed mattress anyways. So room-wise, this was not the problem. The room was clean, comfortable, quiet, and good enough for a family stay. I know a lot of families stay at this hotel for hockey tournaments, and I can see why the room layout would work for that. But the problem for this stay was not really the room, it was the overall hotel experience around it. For this Residence Inn Whitby review, I also tested the Wi-Fi and looked at the room from a teen perspective. Because if you're trying to stream, game, do homework, or just relax after a long day, the tech setup matters. Wi-Fi was easy to connect to across all my devices, my laptop, phone, iPad, and of course my Nintendo Switch. The speeds were decent. Using Ookla speed test, I clocked the Wi-Fi at 30.4 megabits per second download, and 29.2 megabits per second upload. As of this recording, that currently ranks number 34 on my hotel Wi-Fi speed leaderboard. You can check out the full leaderboard on my website at thisteen.travelz.com. There were two TVs in our suite, so I tested the gaming setup too. Let's start with the TV in the bedroom. There was no easy access to outlets around this TV, so I wasn't able to connect my Nintendo Switch there. But the TV in the living room was much better. It was connected to a swing-out mount, which made it quick and easy to access the Marriott entertainment box and power. So for gaming, the living room TV was the better setup. If you're staying here as a family and bringing a Nintendo Switch or another console, the living room area is probably where you'll want to connect it. Next up, pool vibes. And this is where the stay really started to lose me. One of the reasons families might look at this property is because it's a Whitby hotel with an indoor pool and hot tub. On paper, that sounds like a strong family-friendly feature, but the actual experience matters. We checked out the pool around 4 p.m., shortly after check-in. When I walked into the pool area, I first noticed the hot tub, but then I took a better look at the pool, and the water looked green and foggy. There was also a hose going from a closed door into the pool, and the pool had this white film floating on top of the surface. Basically, the pool did not look ready for guests. I didn't see any closed signs for the pool area, and I didn't see anyone actively working on it. I also didn't ask staff about it, so I don't know exactly what was happening. But in my opinion, if the pool looks like that, there should be either a sign posted or the pool area should be closed until it's ready. Maintenance happens, I understand that. But if guests can walk into the pool area and the water looks green, foggy, and not ready to use, that's a problem. I also felt bad because I saw a family go into the pool area after us, and they left too. The pool area itself also only had 4 chairs, so even if the pool looked clean, there was not a lot of seating. I checked the pool area again the next morning, and the condition was much better. The hose was gone and the water looked way better. But that first impression of the pool was hard to forget. I may have used the pool if it looked clean when we first checked it out, but the way it looked that first day became one of the biggest turning points of this stay. Now let's talk about the gym. The gym was clean, but if you're claustrophobic, stay away. This has to be one of the smallest hotel gyms I've seen from all my hotel stays. How cramped was it? It felt more like a walk-in closet with workout equipment in it. The door didn't even fully open because the weight bench was blocking it. Inside there was a treadmill, an elliptical, a weight rack, and a weight bench. Technically, 2 people could probably work out at the same time, but it would be very close quarters. I think I may have found the smallest Marriott gym in all of my travels. Let me know in the comments if you've seen worse. There was also an outdoor seating area at the hotel. It had 2 barbecues, 2 picnic benches, and some lawn chair seating. But at the time of our stay, it didn't really look open or fully ready. Again, it's useful to have an outdoor area, especially at an extended stay hotel. But compared to some other hotels I've stayed at with outdoor guest spaces, this one felt pretty basic. For food, this location is actually pretty convenient. Free breakfast is one of the main reasons people book Residence Inn hotels. So for a hotel in Whitby with free breakfast, this part of the stay needed to deliver. And honestly, breakfast in the morning was good. It was busy, but still easy to access. It wasn't some crazy luxury hotel breakfast, but for a Residence Inn, there was a decent selection. They had scrambled eggs, roasted potatoes, bacon, turkey sausage, a waffle maker, oatmeal with an oatmeal station, different breads, muffins, apples, bananas, hard-boiled eggs, yogurt, milk, chocolate milk, cereal, and juices. So breakfast was definitely one of the better parts of the stay. It was easy, included, and had enough options that most families could probably find something. But the bigger food advantage here is the location. There are a lot of casual and fast food restaurants either within walking distance or a short drive from the hotel. Nearby, you've got places like Kelsey's Roadhouse, Swiss Chalet, Sunset Grill, Harvey's, Wendy's, McDonald's, Tim Hortons, Denny's, Jack Astor's, Scatterbush, Milestones, Lone Star Cantina, Dimitri's, Mr. Greek, Baton Rouge, Beertown, and Mr. Puff's. For dinner, me and my dad ended up going to Mr. Greek. We've been to this location a couple of times before, and we really enjoy the food and the service there. So if you're staying in the area and want something casual but really good, that's definitely one of the places I'd recommend. Then later that night, we were looking for a sweet treat, so we stopped at Mr. Puff's and got some puffs, or loukamades as they call in Greek. So without really planning it, we ended up having a Greek-inspired dinner and dessert night. Between Mr. Greek and Mr. Puff's, food was actually one of the stronger parts of this stay. The hotel breakfast was good, and the area around the Residence Inn Whitby gives you a lot of easy options. Whether you want fast food, a sit-down restaurant, breakfast, dessert, or just something quick nearby. When it comes to things to do nearby, this is actually one of the better parts of staying in this area. If you're looking for things to do near Residence Inn Whitby, there are quite a few family and teen-friendly options nearby, especially if you have a car. Nearby you've got Landmark Cinemas, Chuck E. Cheese, Palladium, Whitby Putting Edge, iFly, Reptilia Whitby, and Neb's Fun World. So whether you're looking for movies, arcade games, mini golf, indoor skydiving, reptiles, bowling, go-karts, or just something fun to do with family, there are quite a few options around Whitby and the surrounding area. If you're using this as a Whitby, Ontario hotel, the location is probably one of the stronger points. You're close to Highway 401, not too far from the Whitby waterfront and Lake Ontario, and it can work as a practical Durham region hotel depending on what you're in town for. If you're staying here as a family, for a tournament, or just using Whitby as a base, there are definitely enough things nearby to keep people busy. Everything I mentioned, plus additional tips, links, and travel info is included in my full blog review on thisteenTravels.com. So, after coming back for another stay, here's my honest Residence Inn Whitby review from a teen perspective. This hotel is probably best for families, sports travelers, or anyone who needs a practical hotel in Whitby with more space than a standard room, free breakfast, free parking, and easy access to Highway 401. The standout strength is definitely the convenience. The room was clean, quiet, and comfortable. The kitchen area looked almost brand new. Breakfast was good, parking was free, the location felt safe, and there are lots of restaurants and activities nearby. So I do want to be fair, there are useful things about this hotel. The honest drawback is that the overall hotel experience did not feel like it reached the Marriott standard or the Residence Inn standard I expected. The pool condition was the biggest issue for me. The water looked green and foggy, there was a hose going into the pool, and there was white film floating on the surface. Even though it looked much better the next morning, the pool should have either had a sign posted or been closed until it was ready. The gym was also extremely cramped. It was clean, but it felt more like a walk-in closet than a real hotel gym. The feather-free request also wasn't handled the way I've seen at other hotels handle it. It did get fixed eventually, but there was no apology or explanation, and we waited about 45 minutes before we had to leave. Then you add in the dirty hallways and elevators, the underwhelming common areas, and the fact that the front desk mentioned the hotel had been renovated, but I honestly didn't really see it in the lobby, pool area, hallways, or elevators. So even though the room, breakfast, location, and nearby food options were useful, this hotel still didn't give off a great vibe to me. The Residence Inn by Marriott Whitby has the basics people search for in a Whitby, Ontario hotel. Suite-style rooms, free breakfast, free parking, and an indoor pool. But based on this stay, the actual experience didn't fully live up to what I'd expect from a Residence Inn. Compared to other Marriott hotels and other Residence Inns I've stayed at, this one fell behind. So for me, the Residence Inn by Marriott Whitby is not this Teen Travelz approved. Thanks for watching. This review isn't sponsored. This is my honest teen perspective. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, and subscribe for more hotel reviews from this Teen Travelz. And if you've stayed at this hotel before, or if you've ever had a hotel stay where the room was fine, but the overall experience fell off, let me know in the comments. See you in the next one. Bye!